Hello and welcome to Digital Assets class. First off, let me say I am not a financial advisor. These videos are for educational and entertainment purposes only. I encourage everyone to do their own research and never invest more than you can afford to lose. So I've had a couple of people asking me about a public and private XRP ledger. And this has been an idea that I guess a video blogger or vlogger or somebody on a blog or even on Twitter maybe had floated this idea out there that there was the reason that the prices aren't changing with XRP and we've seen these huge volumes and stuff like that is because there's some type of a private ledger that Ripple is doing transactions on, which has been addressed. There's been I've been on Twitter reading several Twitter feeds and things like this. And I came across where David Schwartz, the chief technical officer at Ripple, had addressed this in a feed. And if you're not following David Schwartz and you're an XRP investor, you should be. He is not the type of person that goes away and you don't hear from him. And if there's an issue or questions that come up, he's been very active on Twitter and debunking any ideas or things that people bring up and talk about XRP that may or may not be true. He's quick to squash them. So this is a guy that you need to follow and get some good information from. He's, like I said, he's the chief technical officer at Ripple, and he actually helped to develop XRP. So, this is just part of the Twitter feed. If you want to go and follow him, like I said, go to Twitter. He's at Joel Katz. And you can follow him and go and find this thread or any of his threads. And actually, like I said, this one right here particularly addresses the whole private thing. And you probably have to go through just to get some context, go back to the beginning of this thread. But he basically says, I was talking about allowing an asset to move between XRP ledger and a parallel private or less public XRP-like network, like altnet or testnet, but with at least one real asset. I think it's interesting conceptually, but I'm not sure there's a real use case not built either. So there is no private network. Everything right now all the transactions are still transferred and made on the XRP ledger, and it kind of would defeat the purpose of a blockchain and the transparency that it brings. That's one of the major benefits of blockchain technology is the fact that you have transparency and you have your information showing the transactions, where they're coming from, or at least the address that they're coming from and where they're going to. So again, follow David Schwartz if you have any detailed technical questions about how XRP and the ledger actually works. Follow him. He gives great explanations on stuff, and it's pretty much, like I said, it's pretty much a done deal in my mind. There is no such, private ledger or anything. And, people are asking, why? Okay, so if you have this huge volume increase, why is the price of XRP not going up? And like I replied to one of my viewers, the price of XRP right now is still XRP and most digital assets, as far as that go, the price is still tied to Bitcoin. As things happen and more money comes into the market, there will be a decoupling of different assets. But right now, everything is pretty much still tied to Bitcoin movement. So even though volume may be going up and XRP is being used more, the market is still very speculative. And with the market cap only being about 120 billion, it can be manipulated. The Wall Street hasn't come in yet, and you best believe the whales and the big money people right now that are waiting for Wall Street to come in, they have the ability to manipulate the market somewhat at this point, because like I said, the market cap is really at a point where a big time billionaire could easily manipulate the price of Bitcoin. And like I said, for the most part, prices follow Bitcoin prices at this point. So just hold on tight. It's going to be, it's going to be a bumpy ride here. Like I said, we're just at the beginning of this thing. And as Wall Street comes in, when BAC finally launches, you'll start seeing these things operate more in the way of a traditional asset or a traditional market. Right now, like I said, it's hard to explain why crypto does what it does, why Bitcoin prices go up, or why XRP prices are staying down with all the great news and everything that's coming out. It's just hard to explain. And I tell a couple of friends of mine that actually do trading. Me primarily, I buy and hold, because I'm buying an asset and holding on to it till, the prices gets to a point where I feel comfortable in cashing out. You have people that actually trade, assets, kind of like people trade Forex. And I advise against that, because the market is, it's unpredictable. Like I said, it's pretty much speculation at this point. There's, a couple of big whales that's out there that can actually manipulate the market at this point, because, like I said, the total amount in the market is so low. So my advice, or my opinion, would be, if you're going to get into this market, continue to buy, stack as much as whatever digital asset that you decide to invest in, stack as much as possible, and just hold on for the ride. I wouldn't even pay attention to day-to-day price fluctuations at this point, because it's, like I said, it's so early in the market, and we're so far ahead of the curve. Till right now, it's just a time to buy and hold, in my opinion. So, like I said, I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time on the idea of this whole public-private ledger thing. Like I said, it's already been addressed. The chief technical officer has already addressed it, and the company has been nothing but upfront and above board since I've been following them, since early 2017. They haven't put a whole lot of FUD out there, or anything that's not concrete. They don't make predictions and do this and do that without having some concrete knowledge of what's going on. So right now, I have no reason at all to not believe what their chief technical officer is saying. And like I said, always do your research, and find anything and everything out about the digital asset that you want to invest in before you put your money into it. So with that said, I decided I wanted to have a little fun today. Like I said, the market's kind of still down, and we're still in this bull market, and it's not taking off yet. But I want to give everybody some glimmer of hope. See what's possible with investing in XRP. So I put together a little spreadsheet here with some prices on it. So what we have here is basically your investment levels, the current price, and how much XRP that would buy you. So at $50, current price of XRP is around 32 cents. That would get you 156.25 XRP. As you can see, $100 at 32 would get you 312 XRP. $300 would get you 937 XRP. 500, you would get about 1,562 XRP. $1,000 investment would get you 3,125 XRP. And we're just going to go down to $10,000 would get you 31,250 XRP. Now, this right now is a pretty hefty investment of $10,000. And then, like I said, any of this would be, I wouldn't suggest anybody drop $10,000 into this. I mean, you could, if you got it like that, you got that amount of money that you can afford to put away and not worry about it. It's not going to affect your household or anything like that. That would be great. But if you just bought over time, $50 here, $30 there, while the prices are still so low, it would add up. I mean, two weeks or two investments a month of $50 would get you at 312 XRP. So it wouldn't take a whole lot to build up. And I know a lot of people that have quite a bit of XRP right now are still buying, because they're just trying to fill their bags up while the prices are still low. So let's look at what those investments would actually do for you in future price. So as I said, today we're looking at around 32 cents. So let's just say, XRP's all-time high was about $3.60, somewhere around there. Everybody's projecting, of course, that it's going to go much higher. But let's just keep it low for time being. Just say, it gets to $5. So say XRP gets to $5 and you've invested $50 and you have 156.25 XRP. With just a $5 price, that would put you that $50 would turn to $781. Let's go down to 300. At $300, you would have bought 937.50 XRP today. At $5, that $300 would be $4,687.50. A $1,000 investment, which will give you 3,125 XRP, at $5 would be $15,625. So just imagine for a $1,000 investment making $15,625. Now, I don't know of any other place that you can invest $1,000 and even come close to getting a return like that. And what I'm looking at is, like I said, a 3 to 5 year investment. Now, do I expect the price of XRP to go much higher than $5? Sure, I do. I wholeheartedly believe that. But I'm just looking, keeping the numbers real low at this point, just to get an idea of what you could be looking at, even in the short term. Like I said, a $5,000 investment would give you 15,625 XRP. With that $5 future price, that would put you at $78,125. And the Mac Daddy investment of $10,000 would give you 31,250 XRP. At $5, that would be $156,250. Like I said, that's just with $5, a $5 price increase. So let's look at some of the numbers that people are projecting as far as XRP price. Now, I've seen a couple of different projections of $20 for XRP. Now, let's see how that affects our prices for future reference here. So, as you can see, the price increases dramatically. So, with a $50 investment at a $20 price, you're looking at $3,125. Let's look at $500. A $500 investment at a future price of $20 would give you $31,250. Let's jump all the way to $10,000 and we'll see at $20 price that would give you $625,000 for a $10,000 investment. Now, let's jump a little bit higher here. I've seen some price. There was a big end of year price prediction of 589. A lot of people, started believing that would be the end of the year price for 2018. Of course, that didn't happen. We maintain this bear market. But let's just see this 589 price, what that would actually do for people. Now again, I believe that the price will someday get to this point. I really do believe it. With XRP being able to, if they're able to capture the majority of Swift's market, which is made up of about 11,000 different banks, that would be an easy price to obtain if they get that much of the market. If they were able to completely take over Swift, 589 would be a drop in the bucket, in my opinion. So let's look at what this would actually do if the price got to 589 at $50. Now again, I'm not saying this is going to happen overnight. I'm not saying it's going to happen in the next year or two. It may take 3 to 5 years for this to happen, but I do believe, in my opinion, that the price can get to this point. So with a $50 investment, 156.25 XRP, if the price got to $589, you're looking at $92,031. A $500 investment with a future price of $589 would put you at $920,000. A $10,000 investment, which would give you 31,250 XRP, would put you at $18,406,250. $18 million for a $10,000 investment. Now, I'm going to, just for fun, we're going to take this price into the stratosphere. Let's say XRP got to $1,000. And we're going to go down this list here and just see some of the numbers that this would create. So with $1,000, with a $100 investment today, which would give you 312.50 XRP, you're looking at $312,000. A $1,000 investment, you're looking at $3,125,000. A $10,000 investment, you're looking at $31,250,000. Now, I've done a video on, maintaining your dreams and starting to dream again and stuff like that. This is why I'm dreaming. You hear, what's his name? Golly, what's one of my favorite YouTubers' name? Jungle Inc. Jungle Inc.'s talking about, riding in Bentleys and popping bottles. This is, with a $10,000 investment, that's Bentley and bottle popping time right now. That's the time when you can let your hair down, set up your kids, set up your grandkids, and really, really enjoy life. Things I want to do from this point is pretty much just travel the world, see places and things that I've never seen before, and enjoy life and enjoy my family. And I truly believe XRP is going to afford me that in the future. So please please subscribe. This has just been a little fun. I just wanted to have a little fun today and see what XRP could actually do for you in the future. So like I said, please subscribe, leave me any comments in the comments section, and I'll talk to you guys later.